Hi guys! I haven't done a video in so long. I have to start again beginning next week because Breaking Dawn comes out. But that's not why I'm making this video. So over the summer back in the spring, I made a video telling you guys I was going to see Taylor Swift. I never got to say what happened. Sorry, this camera's like weird. There we go. I never got to tell you guys what happened when I went to see her. Let's see, it's a really, really funny story. Me and my best friend have been planning, she legit was supposed to go see Taylor Swift back in 2006. When Taylor Swift first came out, she was supposed to go see her with Rascal Flatts. And her dad, he works night shifts, and he had to be home, like, that night or something like that. And we live in New Jersey, and she had to go all the way up to Pittsburgh. And so she went up the wrong day, so she didn't get to see her. And then I was supposed to go see Taylor Swift 2 years ago when the Fearless Platinum Edition came out, and she toured for the second time for Fearless. And I was supposed to go to the Prudential Center to see her. Well, third time's a charm, because we got, like I said, I got the tickets, and like I said, we had really bad seats, like all the way up in the 200s, which is like the worst seats in the house, I guess you could put it. It was pretty funny, because me and my best friend, we were planning it since the day we got the tickets, and we went all out, and I decided to wear my prom dress, and she decided to make a Junior Jewel shirt, which is kind of like the one Taylor Swift uses in You Belong With Me. In the beginning, when she's dancing around a room, and the guy that she's like in love with is like across, and he like peeks in and he sees her dancing. Yeah, it's the Junior Jewel shirt. So she made it, and I got dressed up in my prom dress, and I curled my hair like Taylor and everything. I was supposed to be like the, like when she walks into prom, or homecoming. I guess it was homecoming because it was like football season, so homecoming. And she was supposed to be the nerd, and it was supposed to be like that. Or also, my dress looks a lot like the Our Song dress, kind of. Mine's a bit more sparkly though, and I thought, oh my god. But the reason I wore it was because when I was going prom dress shopping last year for my junior prom, I was like, what should I get as prom dress? Something sparkly, something that says Taylor Swift. And this dress, I saw it in the window of a place when I was driving by, and I was like, that's the dress. And then like I made them take all the poofy stuff out, because it was like huge. It was like it looked like a Cinderella dress at first, but then I took all the poofy stuff out, so then it was just like just sparkles. It is just sparkles, like that's all. It screams Taylor Swift. So I tried it on, and I felt like Taylor Swift, so I was like, I have to get it. $450 later, yeah. Anyways, so I wore my dress. My best friend like did herself up, and we went to the Prudential Center, which is like, I'd say a good 45 minutes away from my house, because I live pretty much southern Jersey, and it's in North Jersey, pretty much, almost. It's like more top of Central Jersey, I guess you could put it. So yeah. So we went in our seats, and we were all excited, and we were like, oh my god, this is so exciting! And sure enough, I get a nosebleed in the nosebleed seats. Legit, like, it's pouring out of my nose. And I'm like, holy shit. So they had to sorry, I didn't mean to curse. So they had to bring me to the paramedic place. And I was like, this is great. Like, I'm missing Taylor Swift. Like, I wasn't really missing her, though. It was kind of like the opening acts or whatever. Need to Breathe was on. And I'm sorry, Need to Breathe. I'm sorry, whatever. I didn't get to see you. But I got to see your last song. That was it. But I was in a paramedic station getting my nose, like, pretty much plugged from every angle, trying to stop this nosebleed. So then the manager of the Prudential Center comes in, and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, this isn't, like, it wasn't really their fault, but they were like, you know what, like, since you went through such a, like, horrific thing, and, you're all dressed up, and I know you're so excited, and I was crying, because I thought I was going to miss Taylor Swift, like, because they were like, at one point, they were like, I don't know if we can let you back in without your mom being here, and I was like, crying my eyes out, like, crying, but thankfully, like, my mom was in the area, so she just came over and signed some paper, but the manager, like, had a liking for us. for some odd reason. He just, like, I guess maybe because we got all dressed up and I was really upset about the whole, I was just embarrassed that I got a nosebleed in front of, like, pretty much, like, my entire aisle. And, like, all the security guards were, like, all crowding around me. It was really embarrassing. So I just started crying because I was just so embarrassed. But, they brought me, the manager was like, listen, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. They put me at first in, they brought me down and put me kind of, like, in the, I can't explain it. It's like, I would say it's kind of like a balcony looking down, and it was so much closer to the stage. Like, it was, like, literally steps away from the stage. And I was just, my best friend and I were like, we should get nosebleeds more often if we have bad seats so we could just get moved down. But they moved us so close to the stage. I was literally bawling my eyes out because we were, like, literally, like we almost could touch it from where we were. So I was just like, oh my god, I was so excited just for that. But then it gets better, because then the manager comes back out with these 2 tickets, and he's just flashing them in front of us, and he goes, so I know Taylor Swift's going to be, like, walking by the aisles on the floor, and I was just wondering if you guys want to, like, be right there when she passes. I've never screamed so loud in my entire life till that moment, because we got floor seats, and they're, like, $700, and we paid maybe, like, $100 for our tickets, and we got floor seats just because I got a nosebleed. It gets better. So we get down on the floor seats, we're screaming our heads off because Taylor Swift is literally, like, feet away from us, like, feet away, and then she walks by, right by us, and I touched her shoulder, and I thought that was it. I thought that I was in heaven just because of that moment. And then this is the best part. So these, like, 2 girls walk over, and they have this, like, folder and stuff, and I'm like, what? And they go, hi, have you ever met Taylor Swift? My mind went blank. I was like, no. I mean, my best friend were like, tears were just streaming down our face at this point, because, like, this night was just, like, crazy. And they were like, would you like to meet her? And you can't talk, you can't move, you can't breathe when you're asked if you want to meet your idol. Like, you're just like, and they just put these wristbands around us, and we kind of just screamed our heads off, and then I gave the girl a hug, and I was like, thank you so much, and they're like, don't thank us, and we were like, what is she talking about? Of course we're going to thank her. We're going to meet Taylor Swift tonight. Like, it was crazy. So then they, like, and when the concert ends, they kind of, like, cleared out the arena, and they brought us over into this little section, and they were like, you're about to enter the tea party or whatever. So then we get in there, and they're like, no, we were allowed to take pictures, but we weren't allowed to videotape it. Like, they had this big rule. If we videotaped it, they were going to kick us out if they saw us. So then, yeah. So we get in the tea party, and I've never felt more like, I was just like, in the minute that you know you're about to meet somebody that you listen to every single day of your life because they help you. I mean, Taylor Swift got me through high school. Like, that was my, like, inspiration. If I was going through something, I'd turn to her music. And, like, in that moment, I just remember sitting in the room, and you're like, I'm about to meet Taylor Swift. And then she walked in, and, like, you don't know what to do. Your body just reacts before your mind does. I was just crying and crying and crying. That's it. And I was just smiling. And then she walked up to me, and she was like, hi, I love your dress. And I'm just like, oh god, I'm just, like, crying. And she was like, so we told her the story about my nosebleed, and she's like, I'm so sorry. Oh, way to use it. And I just, like, we were just laughing. She's so funny. And I met her mom, and we met Paul, and it was just the best night ever. And I had to make the video because I didn't want you guys, because I made a video too of all the pictures and stuff, and I didn't want you guys thinking, like, because you can see, like, throughout the video how, like, we were up at top, because I had this one picture where I'm holding out my hand and it says 13 on it. And because we, like, when I say we went all out, I mean, like, we did everything and beyond. And you can see how far up we were. We were all the way at the top. And then in one picture, we're on side stage, where you can see her, like, the side of her. And then the last few pictures, like, not the last few, but like, there's a whole bunch of pictures were literally like right here, and I couldn't control myself. I was shaking the entire concert, so a lot of the pictures came out blurry. But even just talking about it, I'm shaking, because like, just to think back, it's like, that doesn't happen to a normal person. That happens to somebody who's lucky. I'm not lucky, okay? I'm like the least lucky person in the world. And I got to, like, me and my, like, I have to give all the credit to my best friend now, because she was the one who was like, you should wear your prom dress. And I was like, no, are you kidding me? That thing was almost $500. Like, I'm not going to wear it to a concert. But everybody, like, when we met Taylor Swift's mom, she was like, yep, you really outdid yourself tonight with that dress. Like, everybody went insane over it. Even people, there was these girls that randomly came up to me and they were like, can we take a picture with you? And I was like, and they're like, you look just like her. And then the ones, I love your dress. Like, but all the credit was to my best friend, because she was the one who came up with the idea. She was the one who did everything pretty much. So yeah, that's all credit to Noel Krug right there. But it was the best night ever, and I hope you guys enjoy the slideshow. This one only took like 10 minutes to make, when the one I made for my story took like literally like months of editing. It was crazy. But this one took like maybe 10 minutes, because like all the pictures are pretty much in order already from my camera, so I just put them all together. So yeah, that's my story, and I hope you guys enjoyed my slideshow, and yeah, that was the best night of my life. So yeah.